Welcome back to another episode of the For the Healthy Host podcast.
We talk about conscious living, self-awareness, and everything in between.
I'm your host, Ree.
Sunset Tim.
Thank you for joining us and allowing us to be a part of your journey.
Smooth.
How you feeling?
Anxious. In all honesty, was coming from a place of lack. Impatient. One of my greatest battles. And I guess there's a bit of, I want to say a bit of jealousy too, biting in me a little bit, just a little bit too. I know all of these emotions are temporary, so I ain't too much feeding into anything, but that is definitely where my I ain't gonna call them chakras, but that's where my energy has turned to for right now. It ain't nothing but a quick breathing exercise or a quick meditation away from being back to my natural frequencies, but that's where I was just moments ago. What about you?
I'm glad you noticed that, though, about yourself. I think a lot of times we don't even notice the emotions or how we're feeling, and we go project it or transfer that energy in other ways that is detrimental to our being. So it's good that you even noticed that. I'm feeling, I have a little bit of anxiety. It's funny because all of like my horoscopes and like tarot readings, it was saying rest was a theme for this week. And when I saw it, I was just like, rest, I've been resting. But this morning I meditated, and it's gonna sound woo woo, but I heard a voice that randomly just said, and I wasn't even thinking about like the readings, randomly said, rest your mind, rest your soul. And I think I've been allowing my mind to just run. I realize that I live my life with so much urgency. When I have a thought, it's, I got to get that done immediately. When I think about, because to be honest, I wear a lot of hats. We both do wear a lot of hats. And I'm always thinking about all of the things that I have to do. And it takes me away from the current moment. So I've been trying to just rest my mind and savor the current moment as much as I can and not allow myself to drift away as I so often do. So my intention today and beyond is to stay here and not allow myself to drift away and think about all the million things that I want to accomplish today, let alone, my lifetime. So yeah.
Resting the mind is crazy work.
Bro, what?
That's crazy work. That's cool. That's really good.
Yeah.
I need to hear that. To not add any more complexities to the mind and just go with what I have already.
Yeah.
That's a big one. It really is.
Yes.
How y'all doing?
How's everybody doing?
I don't know if y'all can follow that up or not, but how y'all doing?
God.
From the cubes.
From the cubes, how's everybody doing? Take a moment. You know the drill. Take a deep inhale and exhale. I realize I be trying to talk and tell them to breathe. Yes, but I need to take my breath first or after and tell them, breathe in through your nose, exhale through your mouth. There we go. And check in.
You be out of breath trying to do both?
I don't be out of breath, but it's just like it don't flow. It ain't really like natural. But take a minute to check in with your body without judgment and really come to terms with how you're feeling in this moment, how you've been feeling, what's been the theme that's been circling back. Pay attention to that.
Really good at this.
Thank you. You're really good at this.
So with that being out the way, what are we rapping about today?
No, I'm gonna let you take it away from here.
Me?
What are we talking about today?
Today we are talking about the age-old battle of you versus you, me versus me,
Yeah.
however you want to crown it. But the war that takes place inside of you every second of the day, every moment
Whew.
of your life.
Man.
The battle of you versus you is the topic for today. When I think about me versus me, I have so much more of a better understanding of it now that I'm older.
Mm-hmm.
Me versus me just lines up to me versus the automatics I do today versus the ones I need to do to become or accomplish whatever I want to in life.
Yeah.
So the things that I automatically do versus the things I need to do is the battlefield for what will determine how you accomplish these things, and if you do whatever these things might be, whether they be a new position in your career, uh, partner in life, a better relationship with self, just a better
Mm-hmm.
healing journey, whatever it
Mm-hmm.
is. Fighting your daily habits to produce new ones is the battle of me versus me.
Yeah.
Life rarely ever comes down to, like I said the other day, it rarely ever comes down to you versus somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Jobs will never tell you, well, it's you versus, William Crawford for the job.
William
William
Crawford.
Crawford.
That is so specific.
Yeah, that's the owner's son. They'll never tell you it's you versus him. Life
Yeah.
rarely ever gives you that moment where it's you versus somebody.
Right.
It's typically just you versus you every day of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Consistently fighting bad habits and automatics to become a better person is the lifelong journey that we all have to struggle with daily.
Yeah, I agree with that. When I think about me versus me, I always refer to like the battle within, the war within.
Yeah.
Our Gemini Queen Lauren Hill said it best. Until you, I'm paraphrasing, until you have conquered the war within, you can't you can't do nothing else. Like
Yeah.
you can't talk to nobody else truthfully, because although like yes, it manifests into habits, into
Yeah.
our actions. It starts with our thoughts. It starts with the narrative that we're telling ourselves. And you mentioned something like about ops.
The
Yeah,
ops is
you're
crying.
the ops.
The ops is crying.
Bruh, the ops are crying. But I think, I'm not saying you ain't got ops. You might have
Yeah, you
ops.
might.
I might have
Yeah.
ops. Who really knows?
We never know.
You never know. However, you're the op. I'm the op.
Yeah.
I think sometimes it's crazy. We will create ops of people. We will create ops in our head of people we don't even know. Like
For
people
sure.
online. People, I don't like, whoever the case may be, we will create these ops. And when truly the op is the enemy inside.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we can see parts of ourselves in that person, which is the enemy, right? The person can mention something that has nothing to do with you. And our ego feels attacked.
Yeah.
But the enemy feels seen. You see yourself, the enemy, the hidden enemy inside sees themselves in that person. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you kind of like manifesting the war into somebody
Yes.
else. That's what physical.
Yeah, yeah. I had an example, but I cannot think of the
I
example
can
right
think
now.
of one clearly. It's like,
Yeah, give us one.
Give us one. You funny. But like, for example, if somebody stay getting into it with somebody at work, with everybody at work, ultimately it's because that person doesn't take criticism well.
Okay.
That's an inner battle that just keeps coming out in the physical form because you won't fight yourself and try to open up to others' opinions about something you're passionate about.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a perfect example. Like I see that all the time in life where we won't have the fight with ourselves, so it becomes external.
Yeah.
We'll have it with somebody else.
Yeah.
And whenever we're fighting other people, then we can come into right and wrong. But when we are within ourselves, we have to come to balance.
Okay.
Just come to notice. And I think a lot of people don't want to balance or notice the emotions that override inside of them. For me, my overriding emotion or thought, whatever it is lack of patience.
Yeah.
I've always struggled with patience. It's been my lifelong battle.
Same.
Um, is me wanting it now, wanting to go get it now, me wanting to sometimes skip steps.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so focused on getting to, you know, $1 million that I'm gonna try to go from 10,000 to $1 million. I'm gonna bet the whole 10,000.
Yeah, that's that urgency I was
That's that
talking
urge. Yeah,
about.
yeah. Like it's a lot of numbers in between 10,000 and 1 million.
Right.
And if you patient, you'll see every single one of them. If you impatient like me, sometimes you try to skip from 10K to half a million to 2 million. You know what I mean? That's how
Yeah.
the battle of impatience works inside of me. It's always wanting more right now. Even
Yeah.
though I know the universe works in my favor, a lot works in my favor when I do well. And all I have to do is be patient. It's easier said than done when my survival mode has taught me that you need to go get it now.
Yeah.
Now is the time. Ain't no sense in waiting. Survival mode has taught me that nigga, it ain't there forever.
Right.
Fuck that. You need to go get it.
Exactly.
Which at one point in my life that was helping me.
Mm-hmm.
It really was. And then in other seasons of my life it's damaging.
Yeah.
To exactly what I'm trying to build.
Yeah.
And then I'm building something and I'm rushing through it. And because I'm impatient, then once I finally get back to my natural rhythm, I look back on it and have to break it down, go back and redo that work because it was done impatiently. It ain't quality work. I gotta go back and redo that now.
Yeah. Slow and steady.
Slow and steady is my life's battle, but it's been so hard for me to stay on slow and steady.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. But I think like we were saying, a lot of times we be creating imaginary ops.
Yeah.
And you are the real op. Something else I also realize is that we be projecting, like the inner enemy be projecting onto other people, which is kind of an example or kind of what I was saying earlier, but even a more intimate setting, you can project on those who you love. I have an example actually that happened this morning in my life, and when I had the thought, I was like, wow, you're insane. Okay, so this morning, as you know, you slept in a little bit because you didn't sleep well.
True.
Okay? I got Zuri ready for the day. Mm-hmm. And I was fixing her lunch, and I noticed that her lunchbox it wasn't clean.
Shit.
My first instinct was to run up them stairs and say, hey, look, this is not clean. You did not clean this. But I took a deep breath. And I realized my inner enemy likes to shine a light on what I didn't do, on my fuck ups. So I kind of like project that inner enemy on you, and like sometimes showing you, and it's never like, it's always subtle. Oh, you forgot to do XYZ, or you didn't do XYZ, because my inner enemy does that. My inner enemy loves to tell me what I didn't do, why I'm not good enough. So you have to watch that shit. You do, because you can unconsciously project that onto the people you love.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel that 100%. We've all been through that.
Yeah.
It's like your internal dialogue then starts to speak that way to other people.
Right.
Your negative internal dialogue starts to speak to people in that way. I had the same kind of experience sometimes in the past, really. Not so much now, but when you go places, like you going anywhere, store, back when you were in school maybe, and there's a lot of people there, and you projecting thoughts they having about you.
Yeah.
Like your negative inner dialogue is giving them a voice, right?
Right.
They probably looking at me like they can see your thing. Whatever the thing is in your head, you believe that they can see it too. So now you talking in from their point, negatively about you.
Yeah.
And truly is more or less me versus me. It's only
Yes,
me
it's
having that conversation.
Time.
Like
nobody's in there but you.
And more than likely, a lot of them people having that same negative dialogue but you the person with the voice in their head, quote unquote.
It's at the end of the day, it's all lies.
It's
They
all
made it
lies.
up. They made it up.
They made it
They
up.
made
Bro.
it up.
Like they said we couldn't do it.
They say we couldn't
They
do
said we couldn't do
it.
it. Like it's all made up.
Yes.
By you.
Yes.
To hurt you.
Yes. Something I think of too is like we talking about these negative thoughts, and it's like, you know, we are going to experience heartbreak in the world. It's a part of living.
It is.
But nobody breaks your heart as much as you break your heart.
Facts.
Like, you keep reliving that old experience. Ooh. You keep worrying. You're breaking your heart. You keep having these negative thoughts that don't serve you. I mean, because what is it going to do? You're thinking, what is thinking about it going to do? Yeah. Absolutely nothing. Then you kind of trying to control the future. Yeah. You're thinking of negative, all the things that could go wrong. You're breaking your own heart. Yeah. I'm guilty of breaking my own heart. I do it all the time.
Like, you read my soul.
For real, like, no, I because I get tired. I'm sick and tired. Like, why do I keep doing this to myself? I'm literally the only thing that's standing in my way.
Facts. I act like I'm gonna bully myself into greatness.
Like, you don't have to bully yourself into greatness.
You don't have to say you're not good enough for you to continue to take shots.
Yes.
You don't have to say you're weak so you can get stronger.
Yes.
You don't have to say these narratives in your mind to advance. You can actually
be nice.
Be nice to you. And I know it's fucking crazy in the world we live in where, you know, beating down on people is the new comedy.
Yeah.
But you can actually say something nice to you and ain't nobody actually gonna be mad at you.
No, there's never been a time in my life where I beat myself down and was like, yes, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Yeah, there we go.
Let's do this. That is no. Yeah, never.
I ain't never said to myself, boy, you ugly. Let's go holler at this girl. like that never goes through well, bro. Never.
So it's just like,
what are we accomplishing by talking to ourselves in a negative manner?
How about this is me talking to me. Yeah. How about we be on the same team?
How about we play?
How about we play on the same team?
I think what we are trying to accomplish is a cozy place, and cozy is where we are.
Yeah.
Complacity. What is it? I said the word wrong.
I don't know what you're trying to say.
Fuck it, we'll go on. I can't even think of the word. But basically, like, what we're trying to accomplish by speaking negatively to ourselves is like staying in this cozy area that we know, staying in the familiar. Even though it's no growth in the familiar, right. We'd rather be here and it's safe here.
Yeah.
Like, no, I know we really want a girlfriend, but you know, we know this part right here of life, and we know how we are alone. Let's not try to better ourselves at all, so we can stay cozy in this area.
Yeah.
Shit is hilarious when you think about why you do the things to yourself.
Yeah, it's hilarious, and especially like when you pay attention to them thoughts, it just be like, are you kidding me?
Yeah. I said in another episode, I'd be like, I said there's a lot of personalities that run through my mind.
Same.
And when I hear a negative comment, my mental health is at a better place. Now it's like all my personalities, my ancestors that live in me, the peace of God that is inside of me. When I hear a negative thought, everybody in my mind will turn to the person who said it. Like, who the fuck said that?
Exactly.
Like, we need to be great today. Which one of y'all? Now come to the front. You gonna say the bitch ass shit?
That is hilarious. You are.
That is funny.
Insane.
That is insane.
That's crazy. What I relate though is what's crazy.
I had to do that to change the narrative in my mind. That like, no, the first motherfucker say something negative, I ain't going with him today.
Right.
So if the past want to bring up something negative, why I didn't accomplish, well, I ain't thinking about the past today. Fuck, bro. He don't get to be a part of the conversation. We'll go back to him tomorrow.
You're not welcome here anymore.
You're not welcome.
You need to leave.
You need to leave. When you can find a good something from your area and bring it forth, you can come back, but not right now.
Not right now.
So if you got to do it like that, be crazy like me, go ahead.
Go ahead. Be my guest.
Crazy people make the world go round.
I agree. Everybody's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, embrace it.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you start this journey into me versus me, which is it's always been there for you your entire life, but this is the first official fight.
Right.
Like this is the first one that got a date. Like they do real fights on pay-per-view and shit. This is the one that got a date, August 18th. You know what I mean? This is the one.
You're finally aware of it.
You're finally aware, and we're taking notes. There will be a winner at the end of this one.
Yeah.
Right. before you go into the fight, just like real fights, the referee goes over the rules with both fighters.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Make it a clean fight, bro.
Yeah.
Don't go in there, slinging mud about you against you.
Right.
There's no need for a negative dialogue about all this. There's no need to, play dirty politics. You see around election time, they had the fake commercials with the politician's face like cropped onto some shit, like
Yeah.
them, I don't know, doing something fucking crazy, like Joe Biden is for pollution. It'd be him pouring gasoline into a fucking river or some shit like that.
How
like,
do they even do
like
that?
I don't know. It'd be some dumb shit. Like it really do.
Yeah.
At the end, it'd be paid for by the party of Trump or whatever the fuck it be. Some dumb shit like that. You don't need to make negative campaigns about yourself in your mind.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a very clean fight.
Yeah, I feel that 100%. I don't know. It's just like I have to remind myself that I am rooting for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I am rooting for me because ultimately, when you think about a fight, though, somebody is the op.
Yeah.
Somebody, which is you, obviously, and you do. It's just, it feels natural
to hate them,
apparent to hate them, to throw dirt on them, but
though.
it can be clean.
Yes.
It can be clean. I am, at the end of the day, this is still me versus me. I still have love for that version of me, but it doesn't serve me anymore, and I'm gonna keep it clean. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for us.
Yeah.
Even though I might have outgrown you, and even like I'm gonna win this battle. Because
I
got to. I'm going to
right.
win it. And at some point, you ain't going to be here no more.
Yeah.
That version of me ain't going to be here no more.
And I'll mourn you and I'll celebrate you because
exactly,
you were needed at some point in my life. That's why you want to make it a clean fight, because the version of you that you coming from, trying to become a better version of you. I hate to say a better version, like a 2.0, but
yeah.
But there are habits you're trying to erase and other ones you're trying to add in. But that version of you was needed. I can't just be mad at the old version of me. I needed him in survival mode. He got me through.
Yeah.
So at some point, he was the champion.
Yeah.
I needed him. He was my prize fighter. I needed that version of me to get through my everyday. But now that I'm done with that, now I'm just punching babies. Like at this point, I'm just punching babies. Like with this fighter, like he has to go. His aggression knows no end. He has to be. Just for me personally, like with my lack of patience, he has to go. He's punching babies. Like he has to go.
Hilarious.
He's abusive at this point.
Yeah.
My impatience from my older versions of me in survival mode are abusive to who I need to be now.
Yeah. Wow, I felt that. It's also important to like keep it clean and like non-judgmental, because that's what keeps coming up for me, like non-judgment. I know I'm personally so judgy towards myself, and with everyone being a reflection of myself, I mean, it's only fair that I'm being judgy towards other people. But when you are noticing your habits and your thoughts in a space of judgment, you don't allow room for openness. And when you don't allow room for openness, you aren't allowing yourself to see the deep hidden habits and thoughts that you need to work through in order to become that next version of you.
Yeah, facts.
So
I like that openness.
Yes, openness. That's another theme in my life lately.
Another one to add in is just watch the environment too. That you let the fight take place in. The people around you, the culture of the environment around you. Is it healthy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like boxers are in a boxing ring for a reason. They don't fight by the river. They don't fight, at the edge of a mountain and shit like that. They're in a ring designed to keep it clean, designed to keep them safe. So make sure, as you engage in this, it's a safe environment to even go about this in. Because if not, your friend circle, whoever, family, your partner could see you going through this battle and take it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then they start to create a frequency that doesn't match what you need to be at to win this battle for the better version of you.
Agreed. What I thought of, obviously, is a physical environment.
Yeah.
But what about a mental environment? And I
Yeah.
think they both they play obviously hand in hand.
Yes.
I'd like to think that most of us are in control of our environment,
Yeah. For the
mentally
most
and
part.
physically. And
Mm-hmm.
it makes me think about my mornings. There was a period where I would just wake up and get on my phone, do all these things that, again, broke my own heart, that wasn't serving me. But now I've come to a space of A, me rooting for me, B, me loving me. And I am being more intentional of what I am allowing into my environment, both mentally and physically. Like, I want to do the things that are good for me. I want to do the things that'll elevate my environment in every way possible, whether it be meditating, whether it be listening to music, whether it be journaling, movement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do those things because I am in control.
Yeah.
I'm in control of myself, of my actions, of my thoughts. So I'm going to do the things I need to do to create a safe, loving, warm environment that'll allow room for growth, expansion, prosperity, resilience, all the things that I need.
Go off.
Go on.
Go off. Like that shit was smooth. But yeah, just make it a clean fight. Make sure the environment is very well. You can't fight somebody well in the closet. You ever try to fight somebody in the closet? Nigga can't even swing well in the closet. Can't even gather it all up to knock bro out in the closet. Like, give yourself enough space, enough clear room. That's like knock all the judgmental thoughts for both sides. You don't need to judge the current version of you, and don't judge the new version of you.
You know what's weird? The closet is comfortable.
What?
Hear me out. I go in the closet to record my voiceovers, and it is very comfortable there. And I just feel like that is, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. You on your own on the closet being comfortable.
You ain't never been in the closet. I'm sorry, because it's small, it's safe, it feels safe and small, and I had a light off in there. That's just, maybe it's just a me thing, but I just really feel like it's an example of how staying small can feel comfortable when you need to allow room for expansion. Maybe I didn't eat like I thought I would have on that one, but the closet be comfortable if you know, you know.
You sound like you got kidnapped and you started to like it.
No.
You sound like that. I have not. Nah, I don't know about the closet.
I like the closet. It's funny. I even do my makeup in the closet.
You do your makeup in the closet, and I've asked you why are you in there.
How? This is like real life
You even
realization.
broke a shoe rack sitting on it.
I said, yeah, I said on
because you was in the closet doing your makeup and your face, like that shit crazy.
My skincare. I like the closet. I don't know.
That's crazy work.
It is, but it's my life and I'm embracing it.
Yes, but keep it clean. Good environment.
Yeah, keep it clean.
You versus you, me versus me. It's extremely important to know what you're fighting for and what you're fighting against.
Mm-hmm.
What you're fighting for is the habits you want to produce more of.
Mm-hmm.
Going to the gym, paying closer attention to how things play out in our career, or being a better partner, having a better time with yourself, a better healing journey. Things that we are fighting for, habits we want to keep. And then there are things we're fighting against. Procrastination, being impatient, our anger, being sensitive, not being able to take criticism well, things like this, things we are fighting against. Maybe we're on social media too much.
Mm-hmm.
We spending too much time on Netflix or whatever it might be.
Netflix be having them shows,
Netflix
though.
do be having some shit. They do. We just started some shit. I forget what it's called. It's good too. You know about the twins and shit.
Desperate Lies.
Desperate Lies, good shit.
Yeah.
But
it's a telenovela.
Yes, it is.
Telenovela.
It's good, but there are things that we have to fight against. We have to minimize.
Yeah.
When I was going through a mental kind of crisis a couple years ago, I realized that, anxiety ain't something I'm going to be able to completely delete out my life.
Right.
I used to think that one day I'd be able to kill it or drop it off.
Just be done.
Be done with it. I'm like lend it to another friend, I guess, and they can keep it and they can give it to somebody else. But it's more of a managed thing. It's something that you keep low. And a lot of these things that you're fighting against, you're just going to have to learn how to keep them very low, minimal. Put a ceiling on them.
Yeah, learn how to manage them, like you said.
So clearly defining what you're fighting for and what you're fighting against is important. It's like knowing your opponent, knowing their special move, knowing that punch that they use to knock all the motherfuckers out that they ever fought.
Exactly.
What's the punch that you usually give yourself that knocks you the fuck back into that comfort zone that we trying to get out of? What's the punch? For me is when I my impatience shows up, when I hurry, when I rush, when I want it all. That's usually the punch that knocks me backwards on my journey.
Knowing what you're fighting for is so important. There's so many times I feel like I went to war and I don't even know what the fuck I'm fighting for.
Went to work, don't know why.
Man, I'm swinging that air at this point. Like, it's so important to know exactly what you are fighting for, because when things get hard, when the fight gets difficult, when it gets challenging, you can reference point A. I'm fighting for this.
That's why I do it.
This is why I do it, and it keeps you going. It feels worth it. Yeah, you be better in the end.
Yeah, I think sometimes, like you say, know what you're fighting for. A lot of times we get to, things are so automatic that we forget why we even show up to the place. You know what I mean? Like, you showing up to the gym to have this dream body, or you showing up to be healthy? You show up to work because you need money to buy drip, or are we showing up to, buy a house to provide for our family? Like, what are we actually showing up for? Because we'll get in the habit of just showing up to places because we know we got to be there.
Yeah.
Like, what do you actually work for? What is the whole point of you even wanting a paycheck?
Yeah.
I get it. We want cheeseburgers and pizza, and
not cheeseburgers and pizza.
That's two of my favorite things.
You're funny.
Like, we want to eat. You want to, like, I know they're basic needs you need money for, but what are you actually going hard for the paper?
Yeah.
Like, because when you don't have that, you just kind of look up, you got it, and you like, that's how you end up just buying things.
Yeah.
Right? Just random purchases. I don't want your entire life to be built around random purchasing. Not just like in the physical world, but in the spiritual world. I don't want you just to randomly have these kind of emotions and you don't know why you having these feelings. I don't want you to go through randomness when life kind of guides you.
Yeah, if you listen
and you show up and you pay attention, I don't want you to just purchase whatever life is selling you sometimes, or whatever people is selling you. I want you to get what you actually want.
And even when you think of, you said purchase spiritually, when whatever you give your energy to, you're purchasing, because it's an exchange.
For sure.
It's your energy, is your currency. So what you are focusing on, what are you giving your attention and energy to? You don't want it to be just randomness, like you said, because you're going to end up lost. You're going to end up further away from yourself, and that's not what we're trying to do. We're trying to get closer to ourselves. So definitely pay attention, know the distinction. Yeah.
Don't be the guy, like, you at the bar, you having a drink, and you just like, why am I here?
Yeah.
Like, you want other things out of life. Why am I here? Don't be that guy. Know what you purchasing, know what you're signing up for. Watch them automatics, because we'll just walk into places that we familiar with because we familiar with walking into these places.
Exactly. In our body. That's, I love talking about the automatics, because our mind will really be trying to do something else, be on the verge of something new, but because our body is so automatic, so used to doing certain things, it won't keep up with our mind, with our soul.
Yeah.
And that's the concept of that is just crazy. I think I first learned about that in Becoming Supernatural, when he talked about like automatics. Yeah. I was blown.
Yeah, like, you can damn near automatic that nobody really thinks about. You damn near could drive home from work.
Bro, what?
You mindlessly can drive home from work.
Yes.
Like, you
don't even gotta think about it.
You ain't gotta think about it. You ain't even looking to see if the light turned red. You in your mind so much, but the body just knows. The eyes know.
Body
everything
knows.
is just like, that's that automatic. You gotta kind of watch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them are good. It's good that you know how to get home safely.
I'm telling you.
and whatnot. That's awesome.
We love that.
But if one of your automatics is walking in the house and turning the game on for an hour and 30, that ain't always great in life.
Exactly.
Yeah, it ain't always great, or whatever it is. You automatically fire up a blunt. You automatically have a drink. You automatically, call somebody over because you don't want no alone time with yourself.
And none of these things are bad. No. But when it's automatic and it's not intention. You don't even know why. And you
don't even know why you're doing these things. They just suddenly happen around you.
Yeah.
Like, I just got to call. So a lot of people call me, I just got to call somebody while I'm in the store.
Yeah.
Nigga, why?
Like,
why you got to?
I think think that's anxiety though
It
for
is.
that person.
But why do you need to automatically not spend that time in your mind? Because you don't like it in there? You ain't gonna never come to like it if you don't go up there.
I don't know.
I don't know. You hilarious.
I don't know.
You hilarious.
I feel you though. In this journey or this battle, this war within you versus you, there will be a lot of temptation. Yeah. There will be a lot of things that feels like it will give you what you need in that moment. I think especially humans who exist in this era and this time, we're so used to instant gratification, whether it be something physical or whether it be a feeling. Yeah. Instantly feeling good, instantly, getting that dopamine hit. And it will be difficult. Like, because when I'm talking about like breaking these old habits, it's easier because it's comfortable. Like we kind of talked about earlier, comfort is what you seek in that moment. Yeah. The comfort is what you need in that moment. And like, in a sense, like, that's the temptation. Mm-hmm. The comfort can have many faces. It could be a person. It could be binge eating. It could be a lot of things that you mentioned earlier, mindlessly playing the game for hours, whatever. Think of the thing that is going to hurt you in the long run, but it feels good in the moment. That is the temptation. Yeah. And I feel like while you're on this journey, you have to practice a level of delayed gratification. And what delayed gratification is basically resisting the urge to follow up on that temptation, follow up on that thing that's going to give us immediate reward. Yes, immediate satisfaction and immediate reward. And understanding that while doing so, a more satisfying, a more valuable reward will come in the long run. That's the only way I can explain like this battle within. Like, you have to have a level of self-awareness. You have to don't allow that enemy within to give in to that temptation, because temptation's all around us. It's funny. I was listening to, randomly came on yesterday. Shout out to Spotify. I was listening to Can't Tell Me Nothing. It randomly came on. I had like a little playlist on. And I've been knowing this song. And I heard it. It was like I heard those lines for the first time yesterday. It was like how he move in a room full of no's. No, how he move in a room full of no's. No. You don't say hoes? No, that's not it. I've always said how hoes. He does say hoes, but first he says how he move in a room full of no's. How he stay faithful in a room full of hoes. And then he said that's the Pharaoh. He in tune with his soul.
I never knew niggas said how he's in a room full of no's.
Bro, what? I heard that for the first time yesterday. I said, whoa.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yay.
And I always knew the lyric, but I just never really paid attention
to it. You knew it, but you ain't know it. That's how I felt. You ain't know it. And that's what I say hard to say, like the temptations, bro. Like the temptations and having the ability to keep going. Even the room full of no's hit me. Like, whoa, how he move in a room full of no's. That's having that faith and being in alignment with spirit, with your soul, knowing that a better reward is on the way.
Yeah. I think one thing that's underrated about spirituality or living a spiritual life is discipline. People never really speak about how much discipline it takes to actually get to the delayed gratification, to actually feel it. To have a life of righteousness or a life of spirituality takes a lot of discipline.
It does.
And fighting off them temptations. Like, discipline shows up in different areas of our life. When we think of discipline, we usually think job related. Right. Or work related. And determinants like that. We usually think of that line of work. But even there, it shows up greatly. If you're a college student or whoever, you got a deadline, but your friends are inviting you for shots at the bar, that's the temptation you have to fight.
Yeah.
But on a deeper level, you fighting that because you ultimately are fighting a lack of self-control inside. And the drinks and lack of self-control and impulsive thoughts and actions. And that drink tempts those to come out to play. It tempts those impulsive thoughts, them impulsive actions to come out to play. The drink is. Not saying you can't have a drink every now and then, you know what I'm saying? Take a little sip or whatever.
Just a little sip.
A little sip. But you need to stay disciplined to keep those things down. I watch The
Yeah.
Wire a lot in the theme song. They say you got to keep the devil down in this hole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Thinking about what you just said though, the drink is the metaphor. The drink could be
It could
anything.
be anything,
It could
whatever
be
it is.
anything.
So many things be tempting, these bad habits and these
Yeah.
challenging emotions that we dealing with.
These demons
Yes.
inside. Yeah.
You know, a lot of people call them demons or whatnot, but they actually just very normal emotions that might be running high in this season of life for you.
Yeah, I think the word demon though, I think it's schooled to
Like religion a
it's
little bit.
schooled to it's looked at a certain way, it
Yeah,
has
yeah.
certain connotations about it, but if you believe in good, you believe in bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you know
So
what I'm
it's
saying?
bad.
So there's like, yeah, the demons inside of you.
Yeah, but what I mean is like we try to deem certain emotions, like you spoke about this before, we try to deem certain emotions wrong to
Okay.
have. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah.
So a lot of times we try to I try to keep my whatever, emotion down. Jealousy,
Yeah.
envy.
Anything
These
negative. Anything negative.
yeah,
Yeah.
anything that's quote unquote negative. But these
Quote
are very
unquote.
natural for the human experience. So you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But keeping a cap on them is the important thing. But they're natural. They ain't demons. They not the emotions you need to lead with at all times.
Yeah, and you say keeping a cap on them.
What I mean by keeping a cap on them is just that, like I said, you can't throw these emotions away. We can't just eliminate the emotions that we don't want from the human experience.
Mm-hmm.
They are a part of it, regardless how we don't want to feel them or we hate when other people project them onto us. They are a part of the human emotion. I think if we could, we would have threw jealousy out the window probably 1,000 years ago or whatnot. But we can't though. It's part of the human experience. So it's best that you learn how to deal with your whatever emotions that are quote unquote negative and high in this season for you.
Yeah.
Um, Rushing, being impatient, is high for me in this season of my life because there's so much I want to accomplish um, in these next couple months. Just thinking about like career wise, that it just seems to be a reoccurring that it just keeps getting out the bottle. Like it keeps getting out the cap. My lack of patience just keeps coming out. So I just have to in this season make sure I keep a cap on it, sit down top on it, or just keep it very minimal.
Yeah. I agree with that. I feel like, when emotions are neglected, they do fester. They do, like, you act out, they multiply, and you act out wrong blah, 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 cannot talk, wrong time, wrong place type of situation. So I think it's important that you allow yourself to feel, like you just said, all of those emotions, or you'll find yourself kind of just like lost, emotionally unstable, not really able to deal with like the smallest thing in life. I think we like you were saying before, I don't know who told us this, I don't know who showed us this, but we think it's okay to push certain emotions down, certain feelings down. And a lot of times those quote unquote low vibrational feelings, they show us something about ourselves.
Yeah.
It's where the answers are. The answers that we've been seeking, but we've been hiding from because we neglected ourselves of feeling that thing. So definitely allowing yourself to feel every emotion.
True.
To end it off, I want to ask you, what is an internal battle that you're fighting, and how do you plan on winning?
I've said it all episode. Just my lack of patience.
Yeah.
Um, I plan on winning by trusting myself. You,
Me?
yeah, you.
Oh.
Um, Family, my friends. Trusting God, trusting in the universe is working in my favor and not against me. Trusting that I have as much time as I give me. Trusting that, things will fall together. I just have to breathe through it all.
Yes.
That's the only way I can attack something like that. So yeah, lack of patience is the big thing in my fight right now. How about you?
For me, I said it at the beginning, and it's also relative to what you are saying your battle is. But for me in this season of my life, and I think I've been battling with this for a while, but I finally like turned, I'm able to finally see it and have the courage to face it, is that sense of urgency. If I get a text message, oh my God, I gotta respond. If I have a thought, oh, I gotta automatically act on that thought automatically. If I gotta conquer everything within a freaking day. It's just that sense of urgency that it just regulates my nervous system so much, and it stops me from being me. Like sometimes I can't even like have a conversation. I can't even like do what I need to do because my thoughts are working overtime, because it's so much that I want to do. It's like my brain don't ever shut up, and that urgency takes me away from the moment. It takes me away from, you know, actually experiencing having a full life. Yeah. Like that urgency, it rips away my ability for a full, rich life. And I want to continue to savor. I want to not even continue, start to savor each and every moment that I have. And I'm plan on winning this battle, plan on stumping that hoe down by meditating daily. There was a period in my life where I meditated every single day, and somewhere along the line I lost my way with that, and I've been beginning to meditate every day, strengthening my mind so I have the power, the capability to live now, to exist in this moment and not allow myself to drift into the past or in the future. Yeah, that's really my main thing. It's just meditation. Yes.
I see you on
and journaling. I love journaling.
You've been killing both them things lately.
I have. Thank you.
Thank you.
But with that being said, remember, it's you versus you. Nobody else. We got to conquer that enemy within so we can show up how we need to show up, so we can connect with who we need to connect with, so we can be the most authentic, truest, purest, rawest version of ourselves. We can be who we need to be in order for our souls and our spirits to truly be free and liberated. With that being said, we're sending you so much peace, so much love, so much abundance, and everything you need in this moment. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Peace.
You turned your head all the way around to say peace.
I had to. I don't know.